What a chaotic game that was. Spurs 4, Manchester United 3. Who are we? Manchester United, of course. We did predict this game was going to be a high scoring game, but 4-3 was not what we were expecting, I have to tell you. It was quite a chaotic game, but it was interesting. I think for third parties, outside fans, they probably enjoyed the game more than we Manchester United and Spurs fans. But it was a game that I quite thought was interesting. I did enjoy the game. I did enjoy it, though we lost 4-3. I have mixed feelings because I know it's another cup we could have won, but there's still this feeling that it's Carabao Cup. We are out of Carabao Cup. It's no big deal. So what we're gonna do, we're gonna dive into the preview of the starting lineup. We got a lot wrong on this particular lineup, but it was quite an interesting watch. It's quite interesting to see that the coach can do several different things. The guy completely dribbled me on this run. So this is the lineup that actually started the game. This was the lineup. The first half of the game, I think we did win both halves of the game. Like after the match, the manager said something that I could really resonate with during the match. He said we were not the best team in all of the game, but most parts of the game we were the better team, and that was correct. Though we cannot say we completely dominated the game, but if you watch the game, we were a lot better at the most important things. The most important thing, they did win the game, but you understand, we did a lot more better, but they got the goal. The first half we won. I thought it was a really good game. The first half we were controlling things, then they scored. It was a game with a lot of mistakes, I have to tell you, from both goalkeepers. Martinez had several mistakes, Mazarawi had several mistakes. Eriksen could not keep up with Bissouma. I really think that was why he was removed. Another thing is, I think this coach is extremely good with substitutions. I was thinking in my head during the second half about the people that needed to go out, and it was Eriksen. Eriksen needed to go out of the match. It was Anthony. He wasn't really doing anything. Højlund was struggling. We predicted Zexi to actually start this particular game. And exactly what happened. When Siri goes down, the sub were about to come on before the third goal went in. And the subs were what actually changed the match. We mentioned Ahmad coming on as a sub where we needed him, and you see the energy in Ahmad's pressing. Like you see the dedication in giving 100% when you want to press. You saw it when he pressed the goalkeeper for the second goal. The first one was also a team press that was won by Bruno Fernandes. It was quite a good thing to see that this coach, he has not done it once, now he has done it more than once with his substitutions. And it is not hard to understand, I think, what or who is going to take up the match. If you know how to watch the game, once you see the person that is not doing well, just look a bit small, just wait a little bit more, you see the coach will take him off. I'm sorry for Lindelof, struggling with injury and getting injured in this game. I thought Martinez had a bad game. He did have a bad game. One person to mention in this game that really flourished was Dalot. I normally criticize the guy because I still don't think he's a Manchester United player per se, but some days when you have a good day, we talk about you when you have a good day, and he did have a good day today. Bissouma wanted to finish Eriksen with running, and Eriksen couldn't keep up. He couldn't press Bissouma so the midfield, though when we had the ball, Eriksen was good, but without the ball, and when we had to get the ball back, it was extremely hard for him to cope with Bissouma. Why Ugarte is another one that I will always sing his praise, for the reason that I like people that go about their business without raising shoulder. You are being paid to do a job, right? We're not supposed to be thanking you or praising you for doing your job. It is your job. The praises and the rest are the extras you get for doing your job. I don't want to mention Rashford because Imagine a Rashford that he says he's going to do charity to donate to Manchester United kids, the ones that cannot afford to eat, Christmas present and all that. But then he invites the press to come. So when he goes out on a normal day, does he invite the press? So it's when you want to televise the good and you tell me not to notice these things about you as a person. I'm not blind. I cannot be blind. We all have brains in our head, and we can see. Ugarte is the guy that he understands they are paying him and he should do his job. So when he goes about it, I will always praise that kind of person, because that is what work ethic is: doing your job and not complaining about getting paid for doing your job. This is the first poor game we have seen from Mazraoui. He made a few mistakes today. It was just not working out. It's just one of those days. I'm going to also mention the Man U goalkeeper. People have been saying, bash Ten Hag for this a lot, because they wanted to see. I'm not going to blame the guy. I'm not saying he had one bad day. Maybe he's better than what he did today. But the thing is, if a coach is not putting a player in, you have to try to find the reason in your head half the time. There will be other times you will see they have personal vendettas, but there were other times you are not in the training ground, so you are not seeing what is happening. Before you jump to conclusion, try to understand. I thought the subs, when they came in, even Mino, they came in, they did good. Evans got one goal, Zexi got a goal, Ahmad, I think the 3 goals were from subs. So that goes to show a lot about good coaching and what the manager is really doing. He also mentioned one very solid point. He said there was a disconnect. You see that when the second half started, we lost possession and we were scrambling to get it back, and immediately they scored us. Actually, that was what happened. They scored us and our heads were gone. That thing is regularly happening in Manchester United, and that thing happens to a team when their confidence is still fragile. They get hit. If you see Man City, you go 2 goals up, not this Man City of this season, but the Man City that is used to winning. You go 2 goals up, what they need to do is hold the ball, pass around to regain confidence, and 5 minutes time they are very confident and they will bash you. The manager mentioned it after the match that when you concede a goal like that, it is best to start. When they take the ball to the middle of the field, they pass the ball. When the match starts again, the first thing to do is make sure you just pass the ball around because now the tempo needs to calm down. It needs to. But for years and years, we have seen that once that thing happens, our players, they get emotional, everybody start running everywhere. So that first 8 minutes of the second half was where the disconnect was. But it is interesting to see that the manager can explain it and we can basically understand it. So I'm quite happy, even though I'm sad that we did lose the match, but I'm quite happy that this is Carabao Cup. If you were to give me to win this match in Tottenham and lose the match in the weekend with Bournemouth, I would have told you, take Tottenham match, let us lose. The one in the weekend to me will be more hurtful if we lost against Bournemouth. For now, I think what we have to do is look forward to the next game. It was a game that it's a game brimming of potential. There's a lot to come from this squad. They have to just clean up all those their little personal errors, self-confidence in the framework and the team. We see this formation is going to disgrace a lot of teams because if we push high, the field becomes very compact. And if there are 22 people inside this place and you and your team, you know how to press or you train to press in a certain way, you have an advantage. I think it's like war. If you know where to push, it's like the movie 300 when they invited the other army into a place where they can push them to fall over the valley. That's so football be. You go press to the place where the opponent they very weak. If they are right back, they very weak. that na where the press go dey, because if the ball go to am, he's weak on control, so you can be dispossessing that side, on that side of the pitch. Na so football be. And I think Man U are really improving in the pressing. We will see the first half we suffocated them. They scored, they won the first half, we agree, but it was a lot of improvements that I can see, and I did enjoy the game. Carabao Cup, so we'll look up to the weekend and let's see what will happen against Bournemouth. I don't want to lose against Bournemouth. I'm happy with the improvements I'm seeing so far. I know we can do a lot more, and I'm very happy Marcus Rashford is still at home. I don't dislike the guy, but did you see the way they were playing today? Rashford cannot play at that pace. So sorry for Lindelof. We wish him all the best for the recovery. It was a quite interesting match. I hope we do win Bournemouth. And this is all I have about this match. Thank you for watching. As always, like the video. Thank you for liking the video. Hit the subscribe button. I'll see you on the next video. As always, glory, Man United. Cheers.